Hello, everyone. Welcome to the book review, Letting Go, the Pathway to Surrender. Today, we are going to talk about the last section of Chapter 7, Desire. It is called Power of Inner Decision. So, we all have the capability to set goals and achieve them. But oftentimes, what happens is we take something really big, very unrealistic, and then we say we want to achieve that. And at the end of it, we will say that, we are not able to achieve it, right? So for that reason, it is better to have specific goals. There is a concept called SMART goals. I'm pretty sure you all are aware of it. I think in schools, they teach kids to do this. Um, it is SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. So make your goal very, very specific, right? Instead of making it a blanket statement that I have to read 50 books in this year, or I have to read 10 books this year. Understand what is it that you want to do. You want to become a reader, right? At the end of the day, that is what you want to become. Understand what is the bottom line of that goal. Why am I doing this? Why do I want to do this? I want to run a marathon. Why do you want to run a marathon? Because underlying reason is you want to become a runner. You want to create the habit of running every day, right? You want to create that habit of physical exercise every day. So if you say, I want to do a marathon, let's say in between you felt sick, you started running, you joined a running program. Let's say you fell sick in between and you're not able to do it for whatever reason, right? You signed up for a running course and you are not able to do it. You'll feel so disappointed. You will forget all the achievement you did by going regularly to practice for 6 months or something. You will only remember that I wanted to run. By the time, let's say you had a goal that by the time I hit 30 or 40, I want to do a marathon checklist. I could not do it. I'm a loser. No. Did you become a runner? When you focus too much on that, you're so disappointed, you will not continue running. You will miss all the exercise that you got, all the training that you got to become a runner. And you will hook yourself on, I did not reach this goal. Instead, try to see what is it that I really want to do, right? So make a specific goal, measurable, define measurable assets. Realistic in the sense you have to make it like, yes, I set specific goal, make it measurable, but not in the sense that if I run a marathon, I'm successful. It doesn't have to be. Every day, I have to run for 30 minutes. Okay. Every day I have to run for 30 minutes. Make that. And confirm your goals are attainable. That is very, very, very important. If you are somebody based on your health, your age, your health, your circumstances at home, right? If you have to take care of people, you have young kids at home, how will you attain it? Make sure that they are attainable. Whatever goals you're doing, is it the right goal for me in this time, right? Verify your goals are relevant. Again, is it relevant for me in this point of time? Just because my friends are doing, just because my neighbors are doing, just because everybody at my age in this, I'm supposed to do this. Is it relevant for you? Does it make sense for you? Because you are an individual. You are very, very special, unique individual. You cannot compare yourself with everybody, right? So make sure it's relevant for you. And then set up a time-based plan. This way, what happens is they're more reachable, right? And these are not any philosophical concepts. This is a very, very practical process. If you follow it, you'll achieve it, right? And a lot of people through experience have achieved it. There are a lot of marathon running organizations who have helped people. There is literally starts from couch to 5K. You have never even walked for a long time. From there, they will take you to do a 5K run, then 5K to 10K, 10K to half marathon to full marathon. There are organizations which have helped so many people, biking, swimming, hiking, a lot of things, right? So they are proven things that if you set smart goals, you will achieve it. It is easy to experiment. Why don't you take something and do it by yourself, right? And the thing is, mindset tendency is to attribute credit elsewhere where other than the power of our own consciousness. So what we say is, oh, I got this because I joined this running school. It's their greatness, not mine. No, it is not true. If you innately don't have the talent, if you innately don't have the drive, they cannot do anything. Do they have 100% success rate? No. Why? Because it depends. Yes, a great teacher will impact you a lot. A great um, training mechanism will help you a lot. But at the end of the day, it has to be within you to show up every day. Yes, they're asking you to come, but are you showing up every day? Right? So give credit to yourself for doing whatever, right? Keep a diary, write down goals, check them off, make follow-up notes. So this is one SMART goal sheet where what is your initial goal, right? How to turn this into SMART goal? What do you want to achieve? How will you know when you have achieved your goal? How will you know that, right? How will you achieve the goal? What skills will you use to help you achieve the goal, right? Things like that. So make this, Google for SMART goals and you will get it. There are a lot of any book you read. Recently we did shadow workshop and we had similar thing, like, take one thing that you want to do and set up SMART goals and then achieve it. You'll get a sense of satisfaction that I am capable. And when you apply it for one thing, it is easy to apply for, you will get motivated to apply for other things. Instead of saying that I never achieve anything, right? Let's say you had very unrealistic goals and you did not achieve them. You can, if you start doing something, if you achieve one thing, you'll be so pumped up that, oh, this process works. Let me apply it for something else, right? So I'll give you an example of my SMART goal. Recently, we did shadow work, and as part of that, we came up with, I wanted to do silent meditation for a very long time. For whatever reason, I can do guided meditations, but I was not able to succeed in doing silent meditation. I get something called I used to get something called myoclinic jerks. So I did yoga first. I had my yoga teacher really help me balance out those. It's basically balancing the energies, right? If you have, for whatever reason, again, at that time when I was trying to do it, it did not work out for me. I did several kinds of meditations. It was not successful, so I did not continue. There were meditations which I did for almost 1 year following certain things, but it did not work out. So it was not relevant for me at that time. So I had to stop that program. So I have to see, given my health conditions, given my scenario at the house, can I get a quiet place in the house? All those things, right? I have to see what is relevant for me. And even to come to that stage, what do I have to do to prepare? So I did yoga for almost, right now I'm doing yoga for 1.5 years right now. I'm not consistent. I do take breaks here and there. But that doing yoga and my basically physical body, right? It has balanced my energies out a lot. There are so many benefits of yoga. If you're not doing it, you should seriously consider it. And my teacher has actually taught me on how to do chakra meditation. So two aspects went on very well. First is physically, you know, making your body flexible, making your body relax, make it flexible, then doing chakra meditation, focusing on each chakra and balancing out the energies, right? Those two things has made my energy flow in the body in a good way that now I'm prepared for silent meditation. So many times I had this as a goal, but I was not successful. So this time I made a goal, and if you see, I made it very, very realistic. Do silent meditation 5 minutes every day at any point of time. I gave myself room for not failure. Like if I wake up in the morning, for any reason, if I cannot wake up in the morning, I was working late at night or I slept very late at night. If I can't wake up in the morning, I'm not a failure. Because I did not wake up at 5:30 in the morning and did not do it, I'm not a failure. Because the moment you see yourself as a failure and you have room for failure, you will stop doing that because you're so disappointed in yourself, right? Give yourself some credit. It's okay. Be a little easy on your things because the goal is to become a meditator, not like to become a meditator who wakes up at Brahmi Muhurtam and does for half an hour after taking shower, sitting in the temple, after lighting diya. If I do all those things, I'm definitely signing myself up for failure because I don't have a habit of waking up early in the morning. I don't have a habit of taking shower soon after I wake up. I don't have a habit of putting diya soon after I wake up, take shower and go to the temple and do it. I am not habituated to do those things. I do things randomly whenever it works out for me. So if I do all that, ideally, this is how you're supposed to do, I would have failed. So my decision was do silent meditation 5 minutes every day at any point of time. When you are writing these things down, they register in your head, right? And have a meditation calendar in the office room and may mark daily progress. So I tried to work in the office room because this is mainly nobody comes in here, it's my room. Previously, I tried to do it in puja room, I tried to do it in my bedroom, I tried to do it elsewhere, and I was getting distractions. So I said, what are the things that failed before, right? So I said, I'll do it in office room. This is my room, right? And then I have a calendar in my office room. Every day, I'm writing it down how many minutes I did the meditation soon after I did it. And while I'm working, I see that calendar every day. It's here. I see it every day. When I see it, it's a sense of accomplishment. Oh, not bad. I was consistent. I did this, right? It's a sense of reinforcement that you're getting. And have a meditation reminder at 10 p.m. every night. If I do not get a chance to do it that day, meditate before going to bed. So I have this at 10 o'clock, I have a silent meditation calendar. Most of the times at 10 o'clock, I'm playing games with my family or watching TV with them. So the moment they see that reminder, they go and switch it off because it bothers them. And my 10 o'clock meditation, other reminders, I have so many reminders on my phone. My mom says my life runs with reminders. She says I cannot exist and function without my reminders from my phone. But at 10 o'clock, that reminder, I don't stop. I will let one of the people, they get annoyed that I'm not stopping the reminder and they'll go and say, Amma, silent meditation, Amma, silent. So it has become, everybody in the house is like, oh, Amma does silent meditation. And at that point, I will declare, today I already finished my silent meditation in the morning. Otherwise, I will get up and say, okay, I have to do silent meditation. By this, what I'm doing is because I'm making it public, because I'm telling everybody that I'm doing this, even now I'm sharing it with this you. When I do that, I feel accountable that when I am telling others that I am doing this, I feel that, okay, I have to do it because my family is like, Amma, did you do silent meditation? Things like that. So in Japan, actually, there is a thing where their train system is pretty good. They have something called, I don't know what it is called, point and declare or something like that. Everybody, the train people, right, when they change shifts, they have to hand over the whatever they did to the other person who comes on board to take up the shift. So they have to point at that time when they do the checks, they literally do engine check, this check, the whatever, everything they will point and then they will declare that it is working. That is their way of reinforcing, making it like confirming that everything, not just notice and say, yeah, it's working. So actually try that. It really works out that, when you make your goal public, when others are saying, you feel like, okay, I have to do it because otherwise other people will ask you, like, hey, did you do this? I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'll go ahead and do it, right? Something like that. And then make a weekly goal. Daily goal is do it, right? 5 minutes every day. Weekly goal is I am following this book called Master Key System. It has 24 weeks. It's a coursework of 24 weeks. And I am really good. I'm a very methodical person. For me, if you put me in a training session kind of thing, I really thrive. So I know that that is my strength. So I took up that Master Key System. This is a very interesting book. It was written in late 1800s by Charles Hannell. It was at that time sent as a corresponding course. Every week they will send the corresponding course, and it is on how to meditate, how to make a habit of meditation. And every week they will tell you, explain to you the concept of conscious mind, subconscious mind, how it works, what is your inner power, right? They will explain all those concepts in bullet points, and 20 bullet items will be there. It's perfect for me. And then at the end, they will give you what to do this week and then come to next week. Next week you'll get. So I made that I started reading this book in 2021 or something, but I never went past chapter 6 or course week 6 or week 5. I was not able to do it. I was reading it, but I was not enforcing it because time has not come. At that time, I still had issues meditating because of my health and everything. So now I'm using that book. So I'm doing it. And then I gave myself that start with 5 minutes every day. Okay. Then I said, try to increase the duration by 5 more minutes every week. right? And go until you are able to do it for 30 minutes, right? This is a realistic goal where it is, I'm not intimidated that I have to start with 30 minutes or 1 hour, right? 5 minutes is enough. I'm setting myself that it's enough to do this. If you want to read a book, say that I have to read for 20 minutes every day, not that I have to read one book every month. Because what if I find this fat book versus this small book, right? So read for 20 minutes every day is a realistic goal than read one book every month or read two books every month, something like that, right? And then monthly goal, I have this Shreyan Sagar's meditations that I follow, Heal Your Body. I just said, basically, this is like why I want to do this is to see with this weekly meditation, if I do 4 weeks of meditation, how will I feel when I do heal my body that month versus next month. It is something for me to assess myself, test myself, the results I see when I do something after I'm trained to a certain extent. I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm here. So I will see the differences, right? Instead of just doing something, you want to feel better. You want to feel, you want to look at the progress of something. How did I progress? That's why when you sign up for running or something, they will let you do 5K after initial first month of training or something. Then they'll let you do 10K. That sense of accomplishment will drive you forward, will help you propel you forward, right? So that's why I want to do this. And then yearly goal, complete 24 weeks of reading and doing exercises, one per week, right? There are 35 weeks this left this year. When I started this last month, exactly on 27th of April. And so there is some room, buffer. Anytime I go on vacation or I don't do it, I still have some buffer. And then I really liked some Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreats. I have been wanting to go there, but I always gave some reason that because you have to go away and stay there for 4 days or something or 1 week. I'm like, how can I go away from family? This, that. I want to give this as a treat for myself, that because I know I heard really, really good things about Dr. Joe Dispenza's retreats. I have read his books. So I want to give myself that now I'm prepared. And I always kept telling me that I'm not prepared. I want to be prepared and then go to that expensive retreat to benefit, right? So now I am benefiting myself. I'm training myself, and then I will go. That will be my, like, aha moment kind of thing. So that is what my SMART goals are. And also, I have a note there to say that it is okay to miss some days when not in a position to stick to the calendar. I'm human. I make mistakes. I don't feel like doing something certain days. It's okay. It is okay. And the idea is not to give up and make progress and keep doing to the best of my abilities. If best of my ability today is, if I've been consistently doing 30 minutes and one day I do only 5 minutes, it's okay. I'm still doing it. I'm still showing up. If I cannot do it because I'm not well or something, it is still okay. But the moment I set myself up for such and I give room to wiggle room, right? Then I'm more likely to stick to the goal. So it has been 1 month. The day I started, I did it for 38 minutes. I have been consistently doing for 30 minutes, 22 minutes, sometimes like that. I'm looking at my calendar as I'm telling you like how long I have been doing it. I write down the number, I do it. On 19th, I did for 20 minutes. Sometimes it is less because my mind is so, what do you call it? Staggering. Something happened the day before and I couldn't calm my mind. I was like, then I realized there is no point sitting longer. It is okay. Life goes on, right? So do something like this. If you do something like this, you have made it so simple that it is not a huge undertaking. Anything you want to do. I want to become a writer. I want to become a reader. I want to become a runner. I want to do strength training. I want to be able to do so many things. I want to do yoga. Whatever it is, whatever your goal is, this is what we learned in school, right? How do we study in school? You have unit tests, you have quarterly exams, you have half yearly, annually, and then you have completed sixth grade. We learned this in school. This is not new to us. We just forgot. We just forgot that we have the capability to do this. We have been doing it, right? So try something like this and pick up some goal today and see if it works out for you. The reason we cannot do these things is because of denial of inner power. We do not understand our capabilities, right? So the author gives an example. The author is a psychologist. So he gives an example of a person who comes to him. He's really dejected because he's very desperate for a job. And so Dr. David Hawkins asks him to apply the letting go technique. He says, completely give up give up the thought that you want a job, right? Completely surrender it. Surrender it, saying that if it happens, it's okay. If it doesn't happen, it's okay. Just let go of that heaviness in your head and heart. He does that. Advised to forget about getting a job, to turn it over to God, because the reason he was suggested to turn it over to God, because he was a very religious person. So he would understand that, I will say, you know what, God, let it be. Give me the chance. Don't give me the chance. I'm leaving it up to you right now. You do whatever is the right thing to do. We always do that, right? When we cannot succeed in something, we'll say, you know what, God, you do what is best for me, right? And to surrender his desire in the matter while staying open to what might happen. You should not say, you know what, sour grapes, I don't want that job. That job is like, people said it's not good for me. Don't do that. Just whatever happens, whatever life opens up, whatever opportunity life gives you, I'm okay with it. Be open to it, right? That's what Dr. Hawkins suggests. So in a week, his brother-in-law called and gave a job at his firm, right? So then the person says, it is a good thing I did not wait for God. He's thinking that, so here, do you understand, like, God does not come in his full-blown avatar in front of you and say, okay, my child, here it is, I'm giving it to you, right? He'll come in the form of people, in the form of opportunities. You don't know. So he said his decision to let go of holding on to that desperation, because when you are doing this, there is a lot of resistance. You are not open to the possibilities. It is his decision of letting go, of surrendering, that has got an opportunity like his brother-in-law giving it. He thought it is because of my brother-in-law that I got this. Otherwise, I would have never got this. He's not taking credit. He's saying that it is because of that person, right? You're unconscious of our own power. So he says that, you know what? It's all about my brother-in-law. It's not me. If he did not offer, why did he offer? Right? The universe, you never know how the universe conspires and different things happen to you, right? The mind, it's like it says that it disowns our own power and it always projects it elsewhere. It's because something happened. You want to put that in the environment, in whatever external thing is there. It's because that happened, I got a chance. Otherwise, I would have never gotten. Maybe that situation was created to give you a chance because of your inner decision making or your surrender or your whatever, right? You don't think that way. It's literally like if I want something to happen, I have a magic wand. I'm like, abracadabra, I'll do this. It's literally like that. Universe can arrange things for you in getting things what you want. You just have to have the belief that it will work. You need not know how. You need not know how. As long as you have the belief that I want this and you're truthful about it, honest about it, authentic about it, the universe will arrange stuff for you. It's magical. It's almost magical, right? We, in our own estimation, think we are powerless. We are very, very powerful beings, to be honest, right? We have become unconscious of our own power. So if you want to empower yourself, you have to start believing in yourself. Empowering is not somebody will come and empower you. Something will come and empower you. You have to believe that. Just look at your past, right? We have denied and projected it onto others out of guilt and our own sense of smallness. We feel so small and we feel so guilty to take the credit. I have thought about it, I have manifested it. You don't want to say that because it will sound arrogant. What will society say? What will people say? What will my brother-in-law say? He will say that I'm so ungrateful, right? You can still say, by the power of God, I surrendered it to him. He came in the form of my brother-in-law and gave this to me. But it all started with your intention, right? You can take credit. There is nothing wrong. But we are so guilt-stricken. Everybody around us, even if you say that, right? Your mom or your dad or somebody will say, don't do that. Give him credit. What are you? Why are you so arrogant? That's how it is, right? Life's decisions. The majority of what happens in our lifetime is the result of some decision we have made somewhere in the past. So we have 10 biggest life decisions that we make. Education, industry to start your career in, your job working, find your niche, like what is it that I like to do, right? Choose your life partner, of course, unless it's an arranged marriage where your parents have made the decision for you. Having children, where you are going to live, how and where to invest, giving back to help out others, think about your legacy, and living to the fullest. Everything is a decision. So, everywhere, wherever you are today, right, give yourself credit. Somewhere you made a decision. You're today, whether it's good or bad, that's a different thing to ask for, look for. It is the result of your decision. And people can make decisions for you, but after that, you are still making your own decisions somewhere or the other every single day, every single moment of your life. And that decision is based on your analysis of the situation. You will weigh the pros and cons. It's very fast. Our brain works super fast. You won't even know. If I put it in a flow chart, we talked about this. We talked in one of the book, same things where, like, in this book review, we talked about it. The entire process, if you put it in a flow chart, the moment external stimulus comes, I have to make a decision whether to drink coffee or tea right now. If I go to a restaurant, I have to make a decision whether I want coffee or tea, whether I want an appetizer, what kind of roti I want, what kind of dal I want or sabzi I want. Do I want a dessert after that? Do I want a mango lassi after that? Everything is a decision. Everything is a decision. We are not, our brain is working so fast that we are making, just you go out, which restaurant to go to, what outfit to wear, whether I have to wear this footwear or something else, whether I have to wear a jacket or not because of the weather. You're making zillions of decisions every day. Give yourself credit that you're such a fast supercomputer who's making decisions every day like this. When you have capacity to make so many decisions, micro decisions, why don't you have the capacity to make some other decisions, right? Give yourself credit. Check your inner power. If today I'm a 48-year-old woman, I'm working as so-and-so with this title in a company, I have 2 kids, they are studying here, I'm living in this house, I'm living in this place, I'm riding this car, whatever, right? I'm doing this on weekends. I have to give credit to myself. At the end of the day, even if I had help, even if you can say that, oh, you had an arranged marriage, you got married to so and so person, that's it, your life changed, you are lucky. Okay, luck will help only. I had so many chances to ruin the relationship, right? With my attitude, I could have, how many marriages you know that you feel that they are perfect match, but then they did not work out because for whatever reasons. You cannot keep saying that something or someone in your life is doing everything for you. At the end of the day, whether your belief in God, if you think that God is running the entire drama, I'm a puppet, fine. I always believe that God is so busy. I know he's all pervading. I know he's all powerful. Yes, I agree to that. But there is some free will. He's not sitting there. How many people are eating food right now in any restaurant or anything? Do you think he's like literally cloned himself into zillion things and then, oh, you order this, you order that, this, that? No, we have free will. We have free will. Yes, bigger things in world are happening. Yes, but we do have free will and we are exercising it. We are exercising it. I have a sore throat. Yesterday we went to a restaurant. My kids ordered paneer and everything. I didn't want to order paneer. I ordered some dal and roti, but then they ordered a sizzler and I ate few paneer things. I know that it doesn't sit with me well. It might be different for other people. My body does not react to paneer well when I have sore throat and cold symptoms. So I got home. It's a decision I made because I gave in to the taste of it. And the symptoms increased a little bit. So it is okay. That is my decision. Now, I could always beat myself up saying, oh my God, why do I do this all the time? Why do I give in? Why do I have, or enjoy it. You enjoyed it in that moment. In that moment, I enjoyed that food. Why ruin that? Why take that away? Right? At the end of the day, we have free will. We can make decisions. We can do consciously or unconsciously. Yeah, I go to restaurant and by default, I order this to be safe. That is a decision. You are not realizing that you are making that decision unconsciously. Which side of the bed you are turning on, that is also a decision. You are not knowing that you are making it. The moment you become self-aware, the moment you are in this moment, present moment, you will realize that everything you're doing is your own decision making. When you understand that, you take accountability, responsibility. I made this decision. The consequences of a little more symptoms is because of the decision I made yesterday to eat something. I made the decision. Oh, my son ordered. I told him not to order. He ordered Sizzler. It's all because of him that I got. You can always blame. There is so much opportunity to blame others, but what's the point? What is the point? So see your past decisions by looking at your life, tracking backwards, and see where you think, according to you, the decisions worked and the decisions did not work, and change it. You always have the opportunity to change it from today, from this moment. Nobody is stopping you. Don't say that, oh, I cannot do this because. You can do it. You chose not to do it because you weighed the pros and cons and you like the pros more than cons. I cannot make this decision of signing up for Joe Dispenza's retreat because I have responsibilities. I have my kids. I cannot go away for 4 days without dumping responsibility of them. At that time, it is not because I have kids. Because I have kids, I made a decision. I prefer to stay here versus going out. How many moms are going out for work for 1 week long work trips? They have kids, they have infants, they are managing it. If I really want, I could do that. It is my decision to stay at home instead of going there. So it is my decision. Nobody or my situations, nothing is forcing me to do so. I chose, I decided pro and con, this weighs more than this for me. I value this more than this. So I would pick this. It is my own decision. So just give credit to yourself. That way you will decide. If you take responsibility. Once you take responsibility, then you can decide, maybe this time I will choose myself instead of my family. It is a choice that I am making. Nobody's forcing me to make it. I am making. I will choose this versus that, right? There is one more case study of a woman who came to him saying that my relationships never work out. I always break up. I don't now, no relationship sticks up and everything, right? So he looked at it and she came to her. She said, I want to see you. I need treatment or I need your help. I need therapy because my relationships never work out. She made her statement, right? And why do you think your relationships never work out? One unsatisfactory love affair after another, and was always left feeling used and abused. That's her life story. She was full of resentment, self-pity, and depression. Because we deny the power of our own mind, we don't see the glaringly obvious. What is the glaringly obvious thing? It is very curious how we have become so unaware. Her obvious thing is her belief system is my relationships never work out. If you have that statement, I never lose weight, I never can consistently exercise. When you make that statement, it stays in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind does not understand. It will just make it come true. It will make it happen. The universe will arrange itself that, oh, she believes that her relationships will not work out. So how do I break this up? What situation and what circumstances should I provide for her to break this up? Because I have to make sure her belief system is right, right? That is what is our belief system. So be very careful on what you believe. Our unconscious genie. All of us have this genie called subconscious mind. Ask and it's given. You can manifest whatever you want. All these things are, you ask your genie, it will give it to you. But when you're asking, you should not have any resisting forces, counter forces. It will confuse. Like if you're a baby, right? If you have a baby at home, 3-year-old or a 4-year-old, can you go and get the remote? They will get it for you. You know what? Don't get it. I don't want to watch the TV right now. If you do all that, they're confused. Like, does mom want the remote or not? What do I do? Right? You give very clear instruction without any opposing forces, it will work, right? So our unconscious or genie, what they do is they don't see what is going on. They can only take orders. They cannot make decisions. You are the one who's making a decision. Now, because she's saying her belief system, she strongly believes that relationships do not work. Whenever she's going into a new relationship, she's like, What is wrong with this guy? When is he going to dump me? It is too good to be true. I had 4 dates and it's going really well. Something bad is going to happen. You are waiting for it to fail. So your unconscious will make sure that it doesn't work because that is what you're waiting for, right? Our mind is so, so powerful. Power of thought. The thought you hold so dearly, so strongly will come true. Whether that thought is out of fear or out of achievement and pride and everything, it happens. So people who are successful, they are confident that things will work out for them. They'll say, I don't know how, but somehow it will work out. It will work out, right? When they have that confidence, somehow it will work out. Then we'll say, oh my God, are you kidding me? He got a lottery. How does it? I have been buying lottery tickets every day, every week for so many years. It did. He just bought one ticket saying that maybe let me try my luck and he got it. What are the odds? Because he had a thought that, I don't know, I think something tells me that it will work out. He did not have. For me, I'm like, every time I go, I know I didn't get it for 10 years. What is the chance? It just became a habit now. It doesn't. I know it won't work. Still, I'm buying a ticket. It's the power of thought. It's very, very powerful. So be very careful on what you think, right? She really doesn't see the power of her own belief system. The answer is sitting right there. She's saying my relationships don't work out. That's why they are not working out. See, she's the one who is ruining her relationships, right? What are the payoffs? From her disappointing relationship history, if you see this use case, right? Self-pity, resentment, jealousy, envy, and all those gratifications that the small self feeds on endlessly. Our ego self, small self, always wants something to feed on. And it is that self-pity, right? Oh, you know what? Because I don't have a relationship, I can never be happy, or I cannot go to that couple's thing, or you want to feel that makes you feel better in a way. That self-pity, that resentment, all those things gives you some kind of satisfaction, gratification. So your smaller self is feeding on that. So it will not let you get out of the pangs of those things, right? And our smaller self wallows in that. It loves to stay in there. Our ego tries to stay in there. It glorifies in how miserable life is, how tough luck is, how rotten our experiences have been, and how mean people have been to us. We want to stay in that victim mode. We want to get sympathy. We want to get sympathy. We want people to say, oh, I'm so sorry, poor thing. We like that. Because we like that, we want to continue doing in that mode. Because we like that feeling of people sympathizing us, right? We want to stay in that. We are not realizing how it is impacting, right? This is definitely a payoff. We are getting a payoff out of it. But with that small payoffs, right? Short-term gain, long-term loss, we are paying a very big price when we listen to this set of programs. If you look at this picture, higher vibrational frequencies versus lower vibrational frequencies, right? Ego is always staying in the lower vibrational frequencies. All this jealousy, envy, pity, all those things are in the lower vibrational frequencies. The moment you go up, you have the courage to say that, you know what, I want to try this. I want to break the shackles. Once you get that courage, all good things will happen to you because there is no resisting forces pulling you down. So try that way. We have a choice. We always have a choice. If our mind, by decision, has a power to make negative things happen, right? In this case, we notice that because she thinks she always breaks up in her relationships, that means she's manifesting it, right? She's making it happen. Then I also have the power to make good things happen to me. In the same note, right? Because when I'm thinking negative thoughts, negative things are happening. On the same principle, if I think positive thoughts, positive things will happen to me, correct? So we can choose all over again. So start manifesting, start meditating, start sitting and asking, what is it that I can do? Atomic habits, start small, smart goals, set realistic goals. Once you see small changes happen, you will feel empowered and you will start putting bigger goals. That's how you reach, right? Cancel the old programs, reset your software, your operating system, right? Begin to relinquish the gratification we are getting out of the negative payoffs. When you do that, trust me, people won't sympathize you. People will actually ask you, why are you doing this? You have failed in relationships so long. Why are you doing this? How is it going to be different? Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. Try to stick to your inner power, right? Steps for changing your beliefs. Identify the core beliefs which stop you from achieving your goals. The core belief that I get back pain when I go for a walk, or whenever I do some extensive exercise, I get back pain. Let's say that is my core belief. I think it is my core belief. Link massive pain to the limiting beliefs, right? By actually feeling the consequences of the present behavior. So think like, why am I doing this? Feel it, feel it. My belief, if you feel the belief, it's like you will understand how wrong that is, right? Create new beliefs now. Create new beliefs that there is no absolutely correct beliefs. Again, beliefs are all, we all have adopted so many beliefs from our culture, from our upbringing, from the family, from the teachers, from our friends, from media, social media. We have absorbed, adapted so many beliefs that we don't even know whether that belief works for us or not. As a girl, you are supposed to do this. As a woman in 30s, you are supposed to do this. As a woman in 40s, you are supposed to do this. If you don't do this, you'll get osteoporosis. If you don't do this, you will get this. Will it work for me? Is it relevant for me? Right? So link massive pleasure to the new beliefs, right? So take new beliefs, start dreaming about them, visualizing them, have a visualization board or a metric system where I'm marking every day I do this, right? And create a positive neuro association anchor. We can change our brain cells. We can make new connections. We can break existing connections and make new connections. We have the power of choice. We have the power to implement a new plan and make it work, right? And selfishness. Now the word comes selfishness. Now, when I'm doing this, let's say my dream is to go to a retreat. And I'm saying that until now, my family believes that, okay, Madhu will take care of everything. She will be there with the kids. I don't have to worry about it. Oh my God, she's so selfish. Now she wants to go for a retreat. And the retreats are not designed by me. They are designed by the person organizer. So they are in certain dates. What if it falls exactly? I really badly want to go. And what if it falls exactly during my kids' exams or something? Now I paid for it. I want to go for it. But it's like now, am I selfish for planning to go during my kids' exams? Because a right time will never come, right? So what is selfishness? We feel so guilty. We feel so guilty to do things for ourselves. If my kid is not well, I set up this meditation plan. If my kid is not well, if I take out 30 minutes when my kid is not well and he's crying or something, is it my selfishness? When I make a choice that no matter what I have to do this, is it my selfishness? Should I feel guilty about it? Right? That is how we are taught. As a mom, you should not do this. As a dad, you should not do this. As a brother, you should not do this. As an employee, you should not do this. The world has taught us to feel guilty on so many levels that we are constantly thinking that it is selfish to do this, right? Guilt is self-indulgence. Now, the collective motivations and modes of operation of the small self, that is a genetic aspect of the mind, which due to our own naivety, we allowed ourselves to be programmed with, and which we are now resolved to deprogram in reverse, like the uninstall command on a computer. This is what selfishness is. It's like we are constantly thinking, will I be selfish? I don't want to be called selfish. I don't like when people call me selfish, so I will not do this for myself. Moms usually have this tendency of giving the hot rice or feeding the best part of the meal to everybody and then having the last meal or the leftovers for themselves, because otherwise it will be selfish for me to indulge in the nice things. We have programmed ourselves because we were told that that's what your mom did, that's what your grandma did. So you have programmed yourself. You can deprogram it. You can uninstall that program. You can reinstall a sense of satisfaction. We all share it. I'll take a small piece of the nice thing too. I will not eat the burnt roti. I will eat this one too. I'll make a new roti for myself. If a burnt roti is there, it's not necessary that I have to eat it. I will trash it and make a new roti for myself. You can do it. You have a choice. You are not shackled with the things set by your society, your parents, whatever culture or anything. You have a choice to change it. Reasons to let go of selfishness. Not because it is sin or wrong. All such motivations come from lower consciousness and self-judgment, right? The small self is the creator of guilt. Out of guilt, we strive to accomplish and achieve success. We have to say, you know what, I have to do this. My parents have struggled so much. I have to get into this college. to make their sacrifices worth it. Out of guilt, you're doing that. At that time, what happens is you won't enjoy. You might have gotten into a good college or something, but you won't enjoy the success as your own stuff. You'll say, then what you'll do is you'll give the credit to say that if I was not born in that poor circumstances, if it was not for their sacrifices, I wouldn't have done this. But you are not looking at the accomplishment of the drive you had. Because a lot of people come from poor circumstances. Is everybody achieving that? No. So you don't give credit to yourself, right? Because you're driving your thing out of guilt, right? When we achieve success, we feel guilty because we have it. And there are people who are like, when you, oh, you know what, because I sacrificed I did not go to my kids, this thing, that thing, I chose to get in a title, I got here, but I missed everything. So you're still guilty when you're successful. You're guilty when you're not successful. When you're guilty when you make something, when you're guilty when you don't make something, you know, there is no winning of the guilt game. Either way, you're guilty of something. The only solution is to give it up, to let it go. Why? Why should you let it go? Because having guilt or having like all those things is impractical. It does not work. It is too costly because it consumes too much of your energy, right? It drains you off. It makes you tired mentally and physically. It delays the accomplishment of our goals. It delays realization of our wants. For those reasons, you have to let go of selfishness and guilt, right? To feel guilty or to change for better. What is the right way to do? Our mind would like to make us think that guilt is laudatory, right? It's you have to praiseworthy. You have to feel guilty. No, it is not. Guilt mongers of the world love to make an idol of it. Your parents, your family, your relationships. Everybody will say, you know what, as a mom, you should not think of your work first. You have to think of your kids, your husband, your family. Those become more important. How dare you take a trip like that during the finals of your kids? I'm like, this is required at this time, right? Don't let that bother you. I know it bothers, but create a sense of why am I doing this? If your why is strong, and you're authentic, slowly those things won't matter to you. If somebody owes you money, would you rather they feel guilty about it or pay us the money? It's as simple as that, right? It doesn't matter if they're feeling guilty about it. I want my money back. If we intend to feel guilty, we should at least consciously choose it instead of being unwittingly run by it. Consciously say, I'm doing this because the moment we put a conscious intention on it, we realize how stupid it is. Smaller self to greater self. When we move from being selfish with a smaller self, right? We move into the being selfish with a capital S. From our smaller self to the greater self, weakness to power. When we say, I am consciously choosing to be selfish here because I want to do this, because I want to accomplish this, this falls into my plan of reaching a certain goal. You'll actually see that all the things you put, oh, I won't get time to do meditation because there's always sound everywhere. People need me at every point of day. I'm the center, I'm the glue for this family. Once you start doing it, you'll realize that all that is bullshit. You have created so much BS, so much importance to your existence here that you feel that people can't exist without you. That is all nonsense. Nobody cares. I'm doing meditation. Nobody cares. I'm not needed at that time. And I have done it all kinds of time. I did it in the morning, afternoon, night. The day I could not do it in the morning, I did it at night. Nobody cares. Now they know Madhu does meditation. Oh, if she's not, we are not seeing her anywhere. We are not hearing her. Maybe she's doing meditation. Let's give it 30 minutes. She'll come back. Seriously, try. I don't think you're so important that you cannot take away your life for 30 minutes or 40 minutes or whatever it is. People will adjust. You just have to let them know what's going on. Communicate, right? From self-hatred and pettiness. You know what? I hate myself because I sacrifice. And once you feel that you're sacrificing so much for others, you're not happy. You're expecting something in return. I did so much for my son. He did not do this for me. You're disappointed. Don't do it because as a sacrifice. Do it because you wanted to do it. You enjoyed doing it, right? And from frustration, you will go into accomplishment. These are the shift when you move, when you take care of yourself, then there is a shift from your smaller self to the greater self. I love this picture. I think I've used this so many times. Whenever the term comes smaller self to greater self, I search for this picture. We are this, but we have a possibility, potential to be this. So in conclusion, instead of the motivation of selfishness and desire, it is easier to bring into our life that which we want. Okay, what do I want? Envision what we wish to have happen. Declare our intention by acceptance. First, I want this to happen. It's not that you're in 50-50 mode. It would be great if this happens. I always wanted this to happen. You're not sure. I want this to happen. Accept it. I want to run a marathon. Don't feel that it is selfish for me to think of that I need to do this at this time. It is so selfish being taking into consideration all the responsibilities I have, right? Accept that you want this and then decide that this is what I'm going to do to get it, right? And I'm consciously choosing to do this every day to reach my goal. Make it all about you. When you make it all about you, then it is you are very less likely to fail. Okay, because you are taking entire responsibility. You are saying I want this and you're making it happen. It's all about you. Nobody or no one can make that fall because you said I want to do this, and because you made it a declaration, people will know and they will work towards. Actually, when I do this, right, when we go on a vacation or something, Rajesh says, hey, we go on a hike, why don't you go there and I'll take the kids and we'll go on a detour and come. Why don't you meditate near the waterfall? People will start. If I never said that to him, if I had it in my mind that, oh, I always wanted to meditate, I cannot meditate, this, that. When you declare it, people around you will help you in making things happen. So because I journal everything. My husband got me. I always wanted that ink pen. I grew up using an ink pen. I always wanted to buy an ink pen. It's in my Amazon wish list. I'm like, it's a hassle. Will I use it or not? I had it in my wish list. For Mother's Day, we went to Mendocino for a beautiful vacation last December. In a grocery store, I bought a very nice journal. I like spending money on stationery. Those are the gifts I like. I bought myself a nice journal and I used it for shadow work. I completed it. And then I was looking for something like that. I decided I'm going to buy beautiful journals, right? I like antique stuff. So I bought another antique journal. And for Mother's Day, my husband gifted me an ink pen. So I started writing with that. And you know how, I wanted that pen for so long, but because I declared that I'm doing these journals, I'm writing this, people are seeing me write it. My mom is like, what do you keep writing all the time? And everybody's like, okay, now for gifts, mom, I have to give, my kids are like, we have to give her some journals from sticky notes or some stationery. Everything is working out. They appreciate you for that. And they say, oh, this is her thing. So let me help her out, kind of thing. So try doing it. Try the power of your inner decision. Take it, use it. Right. So that ends this today's topic. Next topic is chapter 8, anger. I love all the images from Inside Out movie. I don't know if you guys watched the movie. In Pixar's Inside Out, each emotion is given a character. So we are going to talk about anger next week.